Hello, hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Wise Woman Wednesday. My name is Natasha,
My name is Miss Iffy.
and today we're going to be interviewing Miss Iffy, asking her some questions about her life and what makes the beautiful Miss Iffy.
Oh, thank you very much, Natasha.
You're welcome. So let's
Yes.
get straight into it.
So this is our episode number 2.
It
Yes.
is. It is. It's very exciting.
Yes, then we'll be
Very
getting
exciting.
to know from the other half of Wise
Woman
Woman.
Wednesday.
Yes. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out the previous video where you getting to know each other, where you will be getting to know Natasha, the founder of Wise Woman Wednesday podcast.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
There is a loads of laughter.
Yeah. We have to laugh. Laughter is good for the soul.
Exactly. That is one of my motto in life is laughter is the medicine.
Yeah, it is.
Of
It
life.
really is.
Yes.
So, Miss Iffy,
Yes.
let me ask you a couple of questions.
I know. It's like the heat's on. I'm a bit scared, eh?
No, but on a more relaxed basis.
Yeah.
What makes Mrs. Iffy?
Oh, what makes it different? I always say I am one of a kind.
Definitely.
Yes, and I always make jokes with my friends. I'm like, God have blessed me with personality, with a smile,
I know.
with an ass. And the most important thing, a beautiful personality and intelligent. What makes Ephra Iffy? Do you know the struggles that I've been through and overcome in life? That is what makes me who I am today, and that is what made me see the world in a kind eyes. That I look at it, and that's one thing I would never ever change, because I am who I am today because of the challenges that I've faced in life. Definitely. So, as you know, Iffy's a mother, first of all. She's a career woman, second. Sports woman as well. I mean, I love my sports and outdoors and stuff. So, yeah, that's it. Family and friends.
Yeah.
My boys, my family and friends. That is really who made Iffy.
Yeah.
That is just, that's who I am.
So, you mentioned you like sports. What kind of sports are you into?
Football. I've always I used to play football when I was younger, and that's one of the things that I really enjoyed. And but unfortunately, I got told I couldn't make a career out of it because I was a woman.
Oh wow! Really?
Female. I know that old stereotype, but it still exists. And unfortunately, due to religion and culture, I had to abort that mission. Even though sometimes I have looked just like anybody else in life, looked back and I thought, oh, should have been strong enough to follow it, and at least just pursued career there, whether it was commentary or because now the sport is so big. But as you know, I love my rock climbing. I do outdoor camping and go rock climbing around the UK. Yeah, those are the things. But in general, I just want general sport. But those are the ones that I like. I enjoy to partake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you said you had some boys. How many children do you have?
I do have 2 beautiful boys that I love and adore.
Oh.
They're my motivation. They are definitely what makes me get out of bed.
Yeah.
Times where I struggled.
My next question.
They honestly, I remember there was times that I used to wake up when I was going through divorce and stuff, and depression and work, the pressure of working in a corporate and all of that, and I used to think, oh my God, I used to be on the go and the go and the go and the go.
Yeah.
And it was because I wanted to set them an example to say, do you know what, if mummy can do it, so can you.
Yeah, definitely.
To get rid of all that nonsense of stereotype. If I can do it as a woman, it's just there was no excuse why they can't do it or pursue whatever they want to do. And and that is exactly what my voice gets me out. And also being a parent, I want it to be, as I've lost my parents at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to give them things that was important to me that I missed when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Taking them traveling, them being at school and not thinking, I'll come back from school and there's nothing to tell their friends, them thinking like, oh my God, I didn't want them to feel like that. Oh, I can't do this because I'm a young black man. I was like, absolutely not. If mommy can do it, you can. Like you said, my older son now is at uni.
Okay.
He's studying microbiology. I know I don't look like somebody as a university young adult. And another one is in last year of secondary school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It sounds like they're doing a lot.
Alhamdulillah, my boys are like home, school, or uni and work.
Okay.
Which is just what I was about when they were younger, and they saw it. They just adapted to that lifestyle. That's there, and they're happy doing that.
Yeah.
At the moment, in order to discover their life around it.
Okay. So you were saying you're a career woman. What's your career at the moment? What are you doing? What's your adventures that you're thinking about?
Oh, so obviously I'm from accounting background. I've been doing that last 15 years. And right now I've got a company called Balcony Match. Which is something that I really, really enjoy. I always had an interest of, I love love. And Balcony Match is about setting up for those people who don't want to go on dating app, those people who had enough of, meeting people that they just don't want to go through that avenue. So it's a matchmaking service. Those who are shy, there are many people out there who's just shy, don't know how to restart.
Yeah.
And there's obviously the other part of it, people who are career focused.
Yeah.
And
they just don't have the time.
Yeah, they spend their time of focusing on that part of their aspect, and now they're ready to meet their match, and they don't want to go through the struggle of dealing online dating. And so that's what I provide my clients.
So I'm going to ask you a personal question. Don't mind. It's not that personal. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What is your ideal date like? Because you're talking about matchmaking. So what would your ideal date be?
Oh, for me, definitely it would be like something thoughtful. So ideal date, most people might think, it's about fancy restaurant, fancy that, but not everybody wants to do that.
Yeah.
So for the first ideal day, I say suggest a picnic. For me, it's something that I always enjoy. But obviously with my client, I'll find out what they're about and what they enjoy. I think, especially with this economic and people not having enough time, if they don't know the person and they don't want to waste any time, I'll say go for coffee. If you don't like for a coffee, go for a walk or just go to a lovely sandwich shop, because there's so many boutique sandwich shops and stuff. But I'm talking about the scenario of where you don't know somebody, but if you already got to know somebody through the phone and you're having a conversation and something that you have interest in common, whether it's a food or activity event, then I'll say to just go to do those activities. There's so many of them out there. Go to hammer throwing if you're a person who likes to get the frustration. But I definitely say it all depends on with my client. I find out what is their ideal date and be able to organize it for them. So from going to, for example, they might want to go to a theatre, even though some people might think, that you don't have that interaction to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
But it depends on if that person is a busy person. They had spent enough time talking to this person by texting or phone calls,
Yeah.
then it's great. And you both want to go and see a theatre show, go for a theatre show, but meet in advance before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like go for something to eat before.
Something to eat before, and at least if there was no physical chemistry attraction and that you spend time talking to that person, then at least your evening is not wasted on your Saturday or Friday evening or whatever, because you went to go and see your favourite show. So you can look at it and say like, oh, actually I had a good, nice meal that we went out with, and we saw the show that I wanted to see. But you both got, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I definitely recommend, as I tell people all the time, stop, especially if you're meeting people online, stop spending too much time. Don't invest too much time getting to know these people on a phone.
Yeah.
For spending like, you've been talking to a guy or a girl for like 3-4 weeks. Even though men don't do that, they're not just talking to you, they're talking to another 10 people. But we women are a lot more loyal, so we need to don't spend too much time. If you're really serious and your intention is to meet somebody, I say have a time period limit of either FaceTime or do something. Don't just, because we intend to, as a woman, to be loyal to somebody.
Yeah.
Very. It's like you're talking to. Majority of us don't like to talk to too many guys at once. We like to talk to just one person, and then unfortunately you get disappointed because it might be a catfish. Have you ever had a catfish before? It has happened to me.
Oh, no.
That's why I love because I have so much. We'll have to discuss this when we're talking about dating. I've got so much ridiculous experience when it comes to dating. To be out there personally. So yeah, definitely when we talk about dating, we'll have that conversation about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Give you more details from the moment where the guy just came, but what did he say? He was he lied about his age. He lied about his international, where he was from. He lied about his name. He lied about his height. Pretty much, I was like, wow.
But that's how, the thing is, I think that for me, what I think is that you have some people that are insecure with themselves. So they think if they make themselves out to be something that they're not, a person would like them more.
Yeah.
You think so?
Things that I find that a lot of men think that's the case. They think they can win you. But that does not work. It only works on fantasy in the movies. It's, because it just, I don't get it. And men are a lot more determined than women when it comes to going after what they want.
Yeah, that's true.
But most of them are, let's be honest, they trying to climb a tree that they cannot.
It's true. But let's get back to you, Ife, because I think we're swaying off of, we need to talk about Miss Ife. It's all about Miss Ife.
I tend to do that, don't I? My therapist said that to me. She's like, you always seems to be in control of the conversation.
But so tell me a bit about your growing up. A bit about your
upbringing.
Yeah, upbringing.
So I would, like I said, my parents passed away at such a young age, so I was brought up by my siblings. Yeah, it happens in life. Death will come everybody one day. That's how I see it. I make a joke a lot about it, but it's just how I dealt with, with my
your situation.
Yes. So yeah, my mum died of childbirth. And my dad died of a coach crash in Kenya. Yeah, it was his time, because that man was actually, was saved 3 times for where he was tied up and was about to be shot by people that he's done. Because he used to be he was a general, so he worked for the government. And then when the Civil War started, it was all about tribes and nonsense. So anybody that they found that was work for the government, for them was like, let's tie them and just get rid of them. But it was not his time, those. But in that car coach crash in Kenya in '93, that's where he was passed away. And then from there, we were in a refugee camp, and our auntie lived in the UK, and so she was our next of kin, and that's how we came to the UK. So I have been living in the UK most of my life, and yeah, this is where we grew up.
So how have you been finding it in the UK?
I mean, I love it now because I call it home.
Yeah.
Because if I go to Somalia, they call me the foreigner.
Oh wow.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
and
what
it's
you
just like, and it's like straight away, and then you're. So I'm kind of like, I see myself as that lost generation because I didn't get an opportunity to go to school or anything in Somalia. And then I came here as a youngster who, again, didn't go to primary school because I missed that. So I had to start all over at secondary school. So and I didn't speak a word of English. So secondary school was very, very, for me, secondary school was the best because I've learned a lot. I navigated, I was determined. Within the first year, I picked up the language pretty quickly, and also I muscled my way. So I had no bullying or no nothing issues or anything like that because I think I had my first school, I had one fight. Well, it was not a fight. And that was it. It was just as soon as they thought that I wasn't going to take their crap, you know, everybody respected me.
It's like it's when you put your foot down and show them, look, I'm not someone you can walk over.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and where I was
show
brought up,
yeah.
and in my culture, there is, you know, there was no bullying, right? Even at you were taught at your household, if you have an issue with somebody, you go and fight 1-to-1, and then that's where it ends. Like literally, you get your ass whooped if you even think about getting involved in anybody else's business or anybody else's fight. So that's how we were brought up. It was just like two kids, fist fight, whoever wins, and then you say, like, you shake your hands. And so when I came in here,
it's a cultural shock.
It's a cultural shock of people like being picking on other kids and stuff. And at school, I did put my foot down, like my first incident that I had at school, and that kind of made everybody think like, hey, do not mess with Iffy. But also, I've always been that person. If I see something wrong, I don't care where it is, I will stop it.
Which is good, you stood up for your peers.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I always, even as an adult, I remember there was a story in New Year's once. My ex-husband and I was on a train, and there was this guy, did nothing. He was a young guy, and then there was 4 huge guys, yeah? And as soon as he come on a train, you can see he sat there, and you can see their eyes. They just wanted to pick on him. And obviously he was very young, and he was like, don't mess with me kind of thing to it. And as soon as he got off the train, they start like running after him and punching him. So I just ran after him.
Oh, please.
And literally just pushed them out of the way. And I was just like, yeah, because I looked at my ex-husband, I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you cannot let these 4 guys beat this young
guy out.
Like, and his defense at the time was like, well, I don't know him. And I was like,
but that's not the point. He doesn't make it alright.
I was like, but we've got 2 sons.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sit there and watch? So it's not within, like, for me, if I see something, I'm the first to step in. I know a lot of people's like, you've been irresponsible, you're not caring about into it, but I just don't, I've always never felt, because at that moment I was thinking of that. I was like, I don't want to wake up in the morning and read the news that guy is in coma.
And you could have done something
about it. And I could have
done
done something about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just my motto in life. That's it. I've done that many times. I've done it many fights in London where I got involved involved meaning that. And I do think as a woman, guys do listen to us more than my experience, yeah. Okay. In my experience of things that I physically stepped into, it always worked for me. or maybe I can just smile my way through it. It worked to my vision. Yeah, I even once saw like there's this two homeless guys. So one punched the other one, and then it was on the bus, all kicked off on the bus, and the other one just like jumped after it, and I had to jump in his tummy, and the one of them like got the bottle because he just kicked him. Then and everybody was just standing there, which is what I really don't get in the UK. So God, look, I don't get why people. That was one of the things even at school that I never understood. Because where I come from, you don't watch, you'll interfere and stop, and people don't intend to lash at you. They stop, and also when somebody's down, you don't need to keep on kicking. But in here, I find people don't know when to stop.
No, they don't.
Yeah, literally, the guy was standing there, and he was about to bottle the other guy, and I was like, stop, and then he was like, yeah, and I was like, look, if he's already down. I'm not saying people should get involved physically. Everybody's got their own thing, but for me, I just don't. I feel guilty.
You feel passionate about it.
Yeah, and I feel guilt. I don't want to take that
guilt home. Yeah,
home of like I think that will eat me of the person I am more. Then because I would always think what if. But like I said, everybody's each to their own. So you can only do what you are capable of within your mean, basically. Yeah.
So what motivates you? What really gets you going?
The fact that I am, alhamdulillah, I'm alive. Like I don't think people don't. I feel like very, very lucky that I've got everything that I need in life. Alhamdulillah, I've got my health, I've got my wisdom, I've got my family, I've got my son's most important thing to me, and that gets me going, knowing that. And so for me, I see everyday blessing. Even when I'm feeling down, I find that strength to get up.
Yeah.
Because I just see it as like, there's other people who don't have this opportunity. And that really just, that's just me. Gets me up. That's what gets me going. Yeah, I've always, as a young person, said to myself, your problem is nothing compared to millions out there.
Yeah, it's true.
And that uplifts me.
Yeah.
I know it's like it might be different too, but for me, those things really uplift me, and those are things that have been installed in myself at such a young age. So yeah.
Okay. So the stuff that you've been through, what advice would you give to our viewers?
I would say definitely seek help, seek advice, and obviously knowing within yourself, do within your mean.
Definitely.
So you just, if you're a person, I guess it depends on if you're a young person this is the first time you're experiencing of what is happening, death or losing your parents, close friends, etc., whatever experience it is, I would definitely say there's a lot of help out there. For me personally, when I was younger, I didn't want to accept any help. I was angry at the world, not in a sense of like, oh yeah, I hate the whole world or anything like that, but I didn't realize I was actually angry. I just thought I was like, oh yeah, I'm just closed book. I just put all that, I suppressed my emotions. So I just kind of believe it's like, oh, what are you crying for? There's nothing to cry about. Well, you got your health, move on, kind of type of it. So, and within my culture, we don't talk about things like that. So we don't believe in depressions. Funny enough, it's like actually my sister thinks none of that exists. But living in the Western world, you definitely, I've been lucky to see that these things exist, and you have to deal with it and find the best way to dealing with it. Yeah.
Definitely. Wow, that's our second episode.
Yes.
Like, can't believe it. 2 episodes already.
I know.
Time's flying.
So just time everything. We've got it going on.
Yeah, so guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, comment, share. You never know, any information in this episode could help anybody.
Yes.
And really encourage for you to share our content, please.
Yes, sharing is caring. Please don't forget. You know, don't be stingy.
Please don't.
Share it with your family and friends. And if you're going through any of these things, sensitive subjects that we've discovered, we're only here to talk about our experiences and our struggles and how we navigated our life or things that we faced, challenges in life. So please do seek help, professional help, and do talk to your family and friends, or however you wish, whatever you wish to. It was the best way for you to deal with your situation. There's no wrong or right of doing things.
Definitely.
Every time you admit that what your struggle to yourself, you are one step closer to your healing process.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to do what makes you happy, what you're comfortable with, what excites you, what makes your blood run, you know? You have to do it. You really have to do it. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's it for us. Until next time. Join our next episode 3 will be about us talking about our marriage. Yeah. The highs and the ends, the lows, the ends.
Yeah.
You know, after all, I'm always joking about it. I've done the marriage, I've done the kids, I've done the divorce. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's time to talk about it, girl. Talk about it.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Before we start our next chapter of life.
I know, it's true. It's true. But thank you guys, and we'll see you next episode.
Thank you. Bye.